Students of 8th class, good morning all of you. हमने फोर्थ चैप्टर का फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड पार्ट आपको कराया था रीडिंग. आज आई एम गोइंग टू start third part reading. After lunch time, Bipin Babu realized that he couldn't possibly carry on sitting at his desk and working. This had never happened in the 25 years he had been with the firm. He had a reputation for being a tireless, conscientious worker. But today his head was in a whirl. Back home at 2:30, Bipin Babu lay down in bed and tried to gather his wits together. He knew that it was possible to lose one's memory through an injury in the head, but he didn't know of a single instance of someone remembering everything except one particular incident, and a fairly recent and significant one at that. He had always wanted to go to Ranchi, to have gone there, done things, and not to remember was something utterly impossible. At 7:30, Bipin Babu's servant came and announced, Chunni Babu, sir says it is very important. Bipin Babu knew what Chunni had come for. Chunni Lal had been at school with him. He had been having a rough time lately and had been coming to see him about a job. Bipin Babu knew it was not possible to do anything for him and, in fact, told him so. But Chunni kept turning up like a bad penny. Bipin Babu sent word that not only was it not possible for him to see Chunni now, but not in several weeks. But as soon as the servant stepped out of the room, it struck Bipin Babu that Chunni might remember something about the 58 trip. There was no harm in asking him. Bipin Babu hurried down the stairs and into the living room. Chunni was about to leave, but seeing Bipin Babu appear, he turned round hopefully. Bipin Babu didn't beat about the bush. Listen, Chunni, I want to ask you something. You have a good memory and you have been seeing me off and on for a long time. Just throw your minds back and tell me, did I go to Ranchi in 58? Chunni said, 58 it must have been. 58 or was it 59? You are sure that I did go to Ranchi? Chunni's look of amazement was not unmixed with worry. Do you mean you have doubts about having gone at all? Did I go? Do you remember clearly? Chunni sat down on the sofa, fixed Bipin Babu with a long, hard stare, and said, Bipin, have you taken to drugs or something? As far as I know, you had a clean record where such things were concerned. I know that old friendships don't mean much to you, but at least you had a good memory. You can't really mean that you have forgotten about the Ranchi trip? Bipin Babu had to turn away from Chunni's incredulous stare. Do you remember what my last job was? Asked Chunilal. Of course, you worked in a travel agency. You remember that, and you don't remember that it was I who fixed up your railway booking for Ranchi. I went to the station to see you off. One of the fans in your compartment was not working. I got an electrician to fix it. Have you forgotten everything? Whatever is the matter with you? You don't look too well. You know, Bipin Babu sighed and shook his head. I have been working too hard, he said at last. That must be the reason. Must see about consulting a specialist. Doubtless it was Bipin condition which made Chunilal leave without mentioning anything about a job. Paresh Chand was a young physician with a pair of bright eyes and a sharp nose. He became thoughtful when he heard about Bipin Babu's symptoms. Look, Dr. Chand, said Bipin Babu desperately, you must cure me of this horrible illness. I can't tell you how it is affecting my work. Dr. Chanda shook his head. You know what, Mr. Chaudhary? He said, I have never had to deal with a case such as yours. Frankly, this is quite outside my field of experience. But I have one suggestion. I don't know if it will work, but it is worth a try. It can do no harm. Bipin Babu leaned forward anxiously. As far as I can make out, said Dr. Chand, and I think you are of the same opinion. You must have been to Ranchi, but due to some unknown reason, the entire episode has slipped out of your mind. What I suggest is that you to go to Ranchi once again. The sight of the place may remind you of your trip. This is not impossible. More than that I cannot do at the moment. I am prescribing a nerve tonic and a tranquilizer. Sleep is essential or the symptoms will get more pronounced. Bipin Babu felt somewhat better. The next morning, after breakfast, he rang up his office, gave some instructions, and then procured a first class ticket for Ranchi for the same evening. Fourth part है getting off the train at Ranchi next morning, he realized at once that he had never been there before. He came out of the station, took a taxi, and drove around the town for a while. He realized that the streets, the buildings, the hotels, the bazaars, Muradabadi Hill, with none of these had he the slightest acquaintance. Would a trip to the Hudru false help? He didn't believe so, but at the same time he didn't wish to leave with the feeling that he hadn't tried enough. So he arranged for a car and left for Hudru in the afternoon. At 5 o'clock the same afternoon in Hudru, two Gujarati gentlemen from a group of picnickers discovered Bipin Babu lying unconscious beside a boulder. When he came round, the first thing Bipin Babu said was, "I am finished. There is no hope left." Next morning, Bipin Babu was back in Calcutta. He realized that there was truly no hope for him. Soon he would lose everything. He will to work, his confidence, his ability, his balance of mind. Was he going to end up in the asylum at? Bipin Babu couldn't think anymore. Back home, he rang up Dr. Chand and asked him to come over. Then, after a shower, he got into bed with an ice bag clamped on his head. Just then, the servant brought him a letter which someone had left in the letterbox. A greenish envelope with his name in red ink on it. Above the name, it said, urgent and confidential. In spite of his condition, Bipin Babu had a feeling that he ought to go through the letter. He tore open the envelope and took out the letter. This is what he read. Dear Bipin, I had no idea that opulence would bring about the kind of change in you that it has done. Was it so difficult for you to help out an old friend down on his back? I have no money, so my resources are limited. What I have is imagination, a part of which I used in retribution of your unfeeling behavior. Well, you will be all right again now. A novel I have written is being considered by a publisher. If he likes it enough, it will be see me through the next few months. Your Chunilal. When Dr. Chanda came, Bipin Babu said, I am fine. It all came back as soon as I got off the train at Ranchi. A unique case, said Dr. Chand. I shall certainly write about it in a medical journal. The reason why I sent for you, said Bipin Babu, is that I have a pain in the hip from a fall I had in Ranchi. If you could prescribe a painkiller. Satyajit Ray. Thanks, student.